Hey, what's up YouTube? Today we are going to look at the 10 most ridiculous, asinine, and just downright infuriating things the government has spent your hard-earned tax dollars on. Stay tuned. $2.6 million. Do you have any idea how much that would have helped our own American prostitutes? And they aren't even thinking about that. Number 10, Prom Week video game. In 2012, the National Science Institute granted UC Santa Cruz a $516,000 grant to create a game. The game's alleged purpose was to create a model of social interaction and to allow players to have a second chance of reliving their greatest of glory days. The NSI's goal was to capture the complicated and unpredicted nature of human relationships. But Prom Week turned out to be nothing more than a very, very poor recreation of The Sims. $516,000, all to have a chance to spend an entire level trying to get a date with the cute boy in Monica's math class. Sounds worth it, right? Number 9, Barbie face recognition. Oh God, what is that? In 2016, the National Science Foundation spent another $300,000 to conduct a study to find whether or not girls who grew up playing with Barbie dolls grew up to become better at recognizing faces than males or girls who didn't grow up playing with Barbie dolls. They had thought that because Barbies had so many different faces, women would have an advantage over men memorizing how faces looked. After months and $300,000 of your money, the results were inconclusive. Number 8. The government spends $610,000 for fake likes on its Facebook pages? Yes. Between 2012 and 2013, the State Department decided to spend $610,000 to buy fans who will fake like and fake comment on all of their Facebook and Twitter posts. Unfortunately for the State Department, most of these fake fans ended up commenting things like cool or nice pic. This act of desperation set you back $610,000. Number 7. Afghan Army uniforms that didn't work. In 2017, the Department of Defense thought it would be a wonderful idea to spend $28 million on uniforms for the new Afghan Army that they had put in place and trained. A wonderful woodland green color. Yes, green. In a country of nothing but sands and rocks, green. Plus, these uniforms featured the most expensive zippers money could buy for military uniforms, as well as being used in place of the millions of dollars of out-of-service United States uniforms that were already sitting in warehouses costing money. These uniforms were later denounced as totally unusable. Later that year, U.S. Inspector General John Sopko was quoted saying, "I would hate to be an Afghan soldier wearing that uniform. It's like having 'shoot me' written on the back." Number 6. The National Guard buys a Nascar. Between 2011 and 2013, the National Guard decided to invest in NASCAR heavily, taking a 20-race contract for a car and Dale Earnhardt Jr. himself in hopes of putting the National Guard in front and center of NASCAR's 77 million fans. This money also allowed the National Guard to set up mobile recruiting stations at NASCAR races. The problem? There were never any measurable increases in recruiting thanks to this $88 million expenditure. Way to go, NASCAR. Number 5. Solving China's drunken, HIV-infested hooker problems. Yes, that's right. In 2010, the National Institute of Science spent $2.6 million on a study where they would go and visit over 100 different houses of the ladies of the night to study their drinking habits, their HIV infection rates, among other factors, to try to figure out why HIV was being spread so rampantly around the region. The theory was prostitutes who engaged in drinking were much more likely to put themselves at risk for HIV. $2.6 million. Do you have any idea how much that would help our own American hookers? Moving on. Number 4. Can dinosaurs sing? No, not that singing dinosaur. In 2016, the government funded a $450,000 study to determine whether or not dinosaurs, like their modern-day counterparts birds, could actually produce singing noises. And it was determined that Barney, that lying bastard, got us again. Dinosaurs never supported the vocal structure to produce a singing type of note. However, they were said that they more or less cooed or honked. I'd like to still think they danced sometimes, though. Number 3. The Hamster Fighting Championships. For almost 20 years, the National Health Institute funded a study at a Boston University creating a real-life hamster fight club. In this rodent battle arena, half of the furry competitors would be hopped up on steroids, with some also being supplemented with street drugs, such as cocaine or crystal meth. The juiced-up, methamphetamine-driven hamsters would set to fight an all-natty hamster to study the long-term effect on drugs on the adolescent brain. These disturbing studies actually got pretty deep at times, even experimenting to see that if hamsters who had won multiple fights in a row would develop a champion's mentality and display more confident or aggressive tendencies. Fortunately for animal lovers, in 2016, the experiments were finally brought to a close due to pressure from PETA, as well as a petition with over 73,000 signatures. The final price tag for the Hamster Fighting Championships? $3.4 million. Number 2. The $4 million Syrian Rebels. In 2014, the Obama administration set aside $500 million to provide equipment and training for what they assumed was going to be 5,400 Syrians to help fight against ISIS in the region. The department only used $250 million, but they found that recruiting was a real chore in the area. With the civil war going on, there weren't many men who were willing to put aside the civil war and the fight for their families to help the United States combat ISIS. After months of recruiting, millions of dollars on propaganda, training, and weaponry, the United States was able to put together a fighting force of no more than 60 rebels. These 60 rebels cost about $4 million apiece when it was all said and done. It's clear this one didn't quite work out for the Obama administration. Thanks, Obama. And number 1, the Air Force's billion-dollar software problem. $1 billion wasted is $1 billion. In 2005, the Air Force began working to convert their entire technological infrastructure towards a new ERP software. Basically, it's a software that connects and keeps track of every portion of an organization. Most businesses have them today. The Air Force started working on this new, incredible ERP system that they were so happy and proud for, but after about 5 different missed deadlines, extensions, and other problems that just came about, finally in the year 2017, they called it quits. Just completely scrapping the entire billion-dollar program. Just threw away $1 billion. That's just absolute crazy wastefulness to the max. I can't even imagine they let this happen. I don't know how they got this to go by, but they did it. The Air Force pissed away $1 billion. And that's it for the list, guys. Just 10 of the many things the government has utterly pissed tax money away with. If you know of one that's cool that I didn't mention here, mention it in the comments down below. But we will see you next time. If you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, say something nice or say something mean. And if you say something mean, subscribe so you can say something mean again next time. And I will see you then.